Democratic Alliance, the Freedom Front Plus, as well as the Patriotic Alliance will receive a memorandum from civil society groups, Solidarity, as well as AfriForum, at a march against the Basic Education Laws Amendment Act. The organizations are making a stand against the BELA Act, despite President Cyril Ramaphosa halting the implementation of two contentious clauses when he signed it into law in September. Newzroom Afrika's Juniour Khumalo is in Pretoria ahead of that march. Juniour, very good morning to you. What are some of the concerns that these organizations are raising, considering, as we've said there in the introduction, that two of those clauses have been suspended by the president?
Indeed, Aldrin, two of those clauses on the BELA bill have been halted by President Cyril Ramaphosa. We know that he signed that bill into law in September, on the 13th of September, and he said that he was going to hold clauses 4 and 5 of that bill until he does meet with some of these organizations that are here today and are going to be basically protesting this action. And there are quite a lot of people that have made their way to this place. I'm just going to allow my colleague just to show you some of these individuals. There's quite a number that have already turned up. We know that the event is officially set to start at about 9 o'clock, but already there's a lot of individuals. But the concern, Aldrin, is that clauses 4, when it comes to that BELA bill, which talks about the language policy, now allows the head of department from a province basically to intervene in basically the language policy at any school. Before that, it was the school governing bodies that had the right to basically choose which language is used at those schools. When it comes to clauses 5, which talks about admission, the school and the governing body had the final say before, but now the provincial body, the education body, now has a say on that admission. But we do have with me right now one of the Freedom Front Plus political leaders, is a leader and member of parliament in the National Assembly, Wouter Wessels. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. Can you please explain why these political parties are here today, especially given that the president has afforded you the opportunity to engage with them when it comes to the BELA bill?
Well, firstly, it's civil organizations mostly. There's a few political organizations as well. Yesterday, we also had a media conference of 41 organizations saying that BELA should stop. And the big thing is, yes, the president did afford us this. We must remember that BELA was passed before the elections when the ANC had a majority. It is important to show that there is opposition to this legislation. Legislation is supposed to fix a problem, not create a problem. And BELA will create problems. It will take away decision-making powers of parents and communities over their children's education, and that is moving in the wrong direction, and that's why there's people from all walks of life here today saying, stop BELA, give us the right to make decisions over the education of our children.
So just to get you to understand what you're saying, are you unhappy with the entirety of the act or just those two clauses?
Mostly two sections that are a problem. They are the sections that are going to take away decision-making power from school governing bodies and also have centralized language policies. We should understand that the Constitution affords every South African the right to education in his or her mother language. Why do we want to change that? It's a constitutional right. We should create schools that have accessibility for all South Africans, not take away that right to access to mother tongue education.
The Deputy Minister of Education was giving an example when she used Marikana as an example, that before in Marikana there used to be isiSotho as the main language that was used in those schools. But right now, a lot of people that have moved into that area are Xhosa-speaking people. So is it not right that the provincial government can intervene in such a situation and allow the school and the provincial government to determine which language can be used?
There's currently, without BELA, there is the consultation process, and a lot of schools have changed to parallel medium, have changed to accommodate. It's never been a problem, and it's not a problem. The problem we have is a lack of schools. We don't have enough schools in South Africa. The big questions that South Africans should ask is why 30 years into democracy, a child can only go to school after grade 4 in either Afrikaans or English. Why is that the case? We have 11 official languages, but still a child can only go to school in those 2 languages. Is the problem then with Afrikaans? Is the problem then with English? No. The problem is that the ANC government did not prioritize building schools and creating access to quality education in all official languages. And that is what we need. The reason why we have a high dropout rate, the reason why children are suffering and dropping out, especially from grade 4 onwards when they are forced to go to school in either Afrikaans or English, is because they can't go to school in their mother tongue. It's proven scientifically that you understand work, you understand mathematics, science, and so forth much better when it's taught to you in your mother tongue. You also learn other languages better.
Just quickly, because of this event that is happening today, does this signify that the negotiations with the presidency have broken down? Is that why you are now here in the streets and marching against this?
Not at all, not at all. Solidarity organized this. Solidarity is a union. And any union, from Kusatu to NUMSA, will tell you that whilst you are negotiating, you do utilize other powers of showing your strength. And this is a peaceful event, but it shows solidarity in strengthening our hands in the negotiating rooms.
Thank you so much. That is Mr. Wessels there from the Freedom Front Plus, saying that this march does not signify any breakdown in those negotiations that are currently being dealt with by President Cyril Ramaphosa, who has halted the implementation of those 2 clauses, Aldrin.
Thank you so much for that. Interesting also that that march is taking place. It seems like it's the... Is it the Voortrekker monument there behind you?
Yes, it is, Aldrin, here in Pretoria. I will ask Lesego just to show you that monument there. And he is just trying to get that angle and show you that monument that is here in Pretoria. This is where the event is going to start, and the march is also going to end here, Aldrin.
Well, it's very telling, I guess, as well. Very intentional also choosing the Voortrekker monument to have that particular march. That is a Juniour Khumalo there.